There are certain parts to running a small business that a lot of people know, but they don't know how to do them. Product SEO is one of the most important parts of your small business, and yet so many people don't know how to do it effectively. This video is going to show you everything you need to know about product SEO, and this is how to rank your products on Google. Let's get into it. First thing you need to know about product SEO is that your meta title and meta description are the first thing that people see. That means that you should include any relevant and unique points to the product, such as color, brand, etc., but also try to, in the meta description, try to include product benefits. What does that look like? This is my friend's website, which I've been helping him with for a few months now, and they are doing a pretty good job of their product SEO. However, as you can see here, I don't think that this is the best meta description possible. This is just a review from one of their users of the product. I think that the meta title is fine. Right now, Road in a Tube's 35G. However, I personally would make two big changes to this meta title and meta description. So their meta title is pretty much the same as their meta description, but with their brand light bike written at the end of it. However, the one thing that I think is missing is the material. Thermoplastic polyurethane, whatever the hell that says. All they need to do is write TPU right here, and that will instantly increase click-through rate and probably instantly increase their chances of ranking for certain keywords, such as TPU inner tubes. I hope that makes sense for people. That is one change I would make immediately. Another change I would make is, from what I've seen anyway, from their search console, is that TPU is sustainable, which is a big buzzword in e-commerce, generally speaking. And I can't see sustainable anywhere on this page. So why the hell not? Personally, I would put sustainable in the title and also in the description. So what I would do is I would use ChatGPT in order to improve this title. So first of all, we're going to give ChatGPT a role. You are digital marketing GPT. You are an expert in writing meta titles and meta descriptions, which get people to click on products on Google. Do you understand? I'm going to use ChatGPT 3.5. There is absolutely no need to use ChatGPT 4 for this particular. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this title here, and I'm going to take this description here, and I'm going to say, can you improve this meta title and meta description by adding some more keywords? TPU is a sustainable product. Okay. So it's changed it to Ride Now, Road Inner Tubes 35G, lightweight, strong and sustainable TPU bike tubes. Are you telling me that's not 100 times better? And in terms of clicking, experience peak performance, I love it, with Ride Now, Road Inner Tubes 35G, the ultimate choice for cyclists. These performance engineered bike tubes are meticulously crafted from sustainable TPU material, and then it would probably cut off beyond past that point. This will increase their click-through rate significantly, but it does require that you have some kind of inner knowledge of the products you're selling. And to be honest with you, you shouldn't be selling stuff that you don't have that knowledge for anyway. So what I recommend you do is when you receive a new product, you make sure that you get all of the benefits of that product and you list them into ChatGPT. Another really good thing to include in meta descriptions is shipping and returns. So what you can actually do, and I think this is probably one of the best tips that you can do, is when you are prompting ChatGPT, like I did before, you say, please include information about our shipping and returns on the meta description. The reason for this is because they offer free shipping over £50, they should really be using that to get more clicks. So I'm going to give ChatGPT the same prompt from before, telling it that it's Digital Marketing GPT, and it will do the same thing. I said, do you understand at the end of it? And to be honest with you, you should try and include any other special benefits that people can get from your store in the meta description. This will help Lightbike massively increase their click-through rate on their product. The second point that I have here, and this is something that not that many people fully understand, is that there is a difference between meta title and meta description and product title and product description. So again, if we go back to Lightbike as an example, you can see that the product title here is Lollipop Zero Titanium Road Pedals 152G. That can be your product title. You don't have to change that, etc., etc. But if I scroll over here, this is the meta title. It's almost exactly the same. All they've done is added their brand Lightbike, okay? And it's the same thing here. If I right-click, inspect, and I do Control F, and I write description, and I press enter a couple of times, and you look for OG description content, this is the meta description right here. And this is the same as this. Now, normally speaking, you wouldn't really want to have exactly the same description as meta description. The reason is because, again, you're not including all of this really important information about your product in the meta description. There are no benefits really. It's just a normal description that anyone could have written. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it the product title here, and I'm going to give it all these technical specifications and the shipping and returns like this. And then I'm just going to hit enter. And as you can see, it's given me a much better title and description. This is the best way to increase product SEO, is to focus and drill down on your meta title and meta description. I wouldn't necessarily change any information here. Like, this is fine. It's just you want to get those clicks, so you want to make sure that your meta description has benefits like lightweight, which I believe it doesn't say. It does not say in the meta title. So if we changed it to lightweight and free shipping over 50, for example, that is two different ways to very easily increase click-through rate. So we've already talked about this a little bit. So product title and product description and meta title, meta description, they should have as many keywords in as possible. But another very important point, which a lot of people do not bother with, is that every product description and meta title and meta description should be unique. That's why we're going to be using ChatGPT. If you don't know, I work for a company that has 100,000 products. Do you really think that we are manually writing those meta titles, meta descriptions, etc.? Absolutely not. ChatGPT has been doing it for the last 2 months, and before that we were using Jasper, using all of the techniques I'm showing you in this video. Generally speaking, we do as follows. We catalog, how do you even say that word? All of the new arrivals that come into the shop. So let's say a white shirt comes into the shop. We give it the fabric, the composition, we give it the color, we give it the brand, we give the collar type, so let's say French collar, and any other information, so mother of pearl buttons. You need to look at your products and find as many unique things about that product as possible, but you do not need to waste time writing a title, because you can just very quickly and very easily, as I've been showing you in this video, put all of this information into ChatGPT and look at the results. It gives you exactly what you want, and all I did was give it the information, the base information that it needed. This is even easier if you're going to do something like drop shipping or importing a lot of products from a supplier. This makes it even easier because you can take the information that the supplier gives you and turn it into a meta title, meta description very, very easily. This is another one that not too many people think about, but is actually exceedingly important, is that pictures should be high quality, but they should also have your logo here. The reason for that is because it increases brand awareness. If you go on Google, type something in, and only your image comes up and you don't have your logo, then people will never know who that image belongs to. If they just took the time here to put this little biker guy here, that would help increase brand awareness. Another thing is to look at the image name. The image name here is completely just random. This is something that a lot of people say doesn't matter, but if it doesn't take too long, you may as well just use the title of the product as the name of the image. So when you save your image, just put a title like that, press save. That should actually help your SEO, although like I said before, a lot of people say that it doesn't actually increase the SEO power of your images anymore. Possibly the most important point when it comes to SEO is page load speed. Thankfully, we now have access to plugins which can do this for you. So there is actually a ChatGPT plugin called Website Performance. I will show you another way to do this in case you do not have access to ChatGPT plugins, but basically you can say, test the page load speed of this page, and then you can put the page right here. Another way to do it is you go on an incognito window, you open the page, you right click, inspect, go to Lighthouse, mobile, analyze page load. That will do exactly the same thing. And then there is actually one more method, which is to go to pagespeed.web.dev and to do exactly the same thing. These will all do the same process, so that it's not really, you don't have to choose between one or the other. They all do exactly the same thing. You can see that this got about a score 54 on performance, which is probably not going to pass the page speed checker on Google Search Console. The way that we can check if it's passing is we can actually go on Search Console and you can click on page experience, and it says 94.4% of URLs have a good page experience on mobile. So that means this website, which is built on Wix, is actually performing extremely well for Google. The images here are WebP, which is probably what is allowing for such a good score here. If you have JPEG or PNG, you will probably have problems and you might have to make your pictures less quality in order to load properly. Point number 6 is that products should be put into categories or collections. Now, Lightbike did not have this originally, and I had a word with my friend, and I said to him, why do you not have categories on your website? They literally just had products and you could click the product like that. Putting products into categories is so important for two reasons. Number one is that that category can appear on Google by itself. The second is that it increases the overall SEO of each of your products. Now, this is normally possible on every CMS. It's possible on Magento, Shopify, WordPress, Wix, pretty much everything. Just Google how to add products to collections for your particular CMS and then start working on your collections. Everything I've shown you in this video up to this point for meta descriptions and meta titles is also relevant to making your collections. So make sure that you give good titles to your collections as well. Probably the most important point on this or in this entire video is this one right here. Go to your website and go to sitemap.xml. Once inside the sitemap, you are going to see something, hopefully, that says something like store products.sitemap.xml or something with the word products in. You need to make sure that your products are being posted to Search Console. Okay, this is fundamental, absolutely fundamental. You can actually see that, interestingly, the image titles here are, so my friend originally, when he uploaded the product, he did use correct image titles. And now you can see what I told you before about image titles, why it's actually important, even if the image name changes on the website because they turn it into a WebP. It's incredibly important that when you first upload it, it has the title right here. The name of the file was lightweight cpost carbon gloss edited.jpg. This will go on the internet. That's why it's so damn important. But aside from that, you want to make sure that on Search Console, if you go to your sitemaps, that it says live instead of couldn't fetch. There is a problem here, obviously. I've tried to fix this for my friend. As you can see, this is me experimenting. I've been trying for a couple of weeks now, but for some reason Wix does not allow me to submit the search map, which is incredibly annoying. But normally what you would see, so if I go on another example, so this is the website that I work on personally, 2men, and you can see that 2men.it/sitemap product 1xml from blah 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 to blah blah blah. Success, 408 products have been discovered. This needs to happen. Okay, you need to submit your sitemap. You need to ensure that Google is properly indexing all of your pages, but in particular for this video, your products. Another great piece of advice is put your most important products on your homepage. So let's see if Lightbike has done this. Kind of, I guess, not really. These are just collections. I love this little animation, but this is not helping anything. In my opinion, it would be much better, instead of riding our tubes like this, which has a link to their inner tubes collection, I personally would put I would embed the collection here, or I would just put the products here one by one, depending on what's possible with Wix. On Shopify, if I go on 2men, you can see that a lot of our collections, our most important collections, are embedded on the homepage. This increases the SEO of these specific products and is the reason that I'm doing it, as well as just these are the products that we need to push as much as possible. Because in fashion, the value of a product goes down very quickly. These products were released literally 3 months ago. In a year, they will be worth less money because they're no longer the current most fashionable or newest products. So it's important to push these products as much as possible in terms of who lands on your homepage, but also in terms of SEO. Which is why I recommend you put your most important products to your business on your homepage. Okay, this is probably one of the more complicated points on this list. If you do not feel comfortable with the word schema, then you can just skip this one. But basically, where possible, I guess 9 and 10 are actually connected here. Where possible, you should try to include schema on your product. This is normally integrated into most CMSs. For Shopify, for example, you can get a plugin that does all of this for you. And also in that schema, you should have product reviews. The more 5-star reviews you have for a product, the more likely that A, someone will buy it, and the more likely that B, Google will rank it higher up on the SERP, the search engine result page. Okay, I really hope this helps people doing product SEO. I know that this is very complicated and very difficult for a lot of people. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon with some more content. Peace out.